We are now going to talk about change in use. So before I start explaining what this is, I want to just remind you of something that you've seen me probably do a number of times now. And that is where I write output tax is always 100% except for indemnity awards, change in use, and fringe benefits. Right, so change in use is what we're going to be looking at now. So what is a change in use? So let's understand first the idea behind it. Right, here's my building. Okay. X Limited buys a PC for 115,000 rands including VAT, so some supercomputer. Okay, now if I use this building 100% for commercial accommodation, then I can claim input tax of 115,000 times 15 over 115 times 100%. Happy? So in black. In red, next situation. Let's say I used it 100% for residential accommodation. The input tax I could claim then is none because it's exempt. Right? Now remember, these things in color doesn't really matter because I can do the following. I can say I use it 70% for commercial and I use it 30% for residential. Now, again, remember, if I go and buy this computer and I say I will use it only in the commercial accommodation, then I'll still only claim 100%. If I say I'll only use it in residential, it's still exempt. But if I say I will use it in both, then instead of multiplying by 100% there, I can only claim 70%. Okay, so we all know that. So that's just a quick recap, just get you on the same page as me for my discussion. Now I say, what would happen if I have two buildings? Right, a black building like we have there, actually, and then a red building. Okay, so let's do this first. So the red building is 100% residential and the black building is 100% commercial. Right, so commercial is taxable and residential, we know, is exempt. So again, if I buy it for my black building, I can claim 100%. If I buy it for my red building, I can claim nothing. Now, don't you think this would be a cool idea? I go and I buy this computer for 115,000 and I say I'm going to use it in my 100% commercial building. So then I claim 100%. And then a week later or a month later I say, okay, now I'm taking that computer and I'm moving it from my black building, my taxable building, to my red building, my exempt building. So what would be the problem for SARS? The problem for SARS would be like, I've claimed input VAT, but I shouldn't have been able to claim it if I just went originally and I bought it for the building. This is a change in use, what we're seeing, where it goes from being used for taxable to exempt. It can also go from being exempt, so I couldn't claim any input VAT, and then I decided, now I'm going to use it in my taxable, and then I should have been able to claim input VAT, but I didn't. So when you have a change in use, you are going to fix the situation. So let's just do it in simple terms, so you can just see the logic here, because if you understand the logic, I think it becomes quite easy. So the logic here is going to be the following. Let's say I buy it for my 100% commercial building, so I claim 100% of the VAT. And then I move it to the exempt building. What's the problem for SARS? I claimed input VAT that I shouldn't have because I'm using it for exempt. So how am I going to fix this? By raising output VAT. Okay? It's logical, eh? Now, let's do it the other way around. I go and I buy a computer and I say I'm going to use it for my residential building. So it's exempt. But now I change my mind and I move that building to my commercial building. So what's the problem? I didn't claim any input tax, but I should have now claimed input tax. So how am I going to fix it? By claiming input tax. Right, that is the one situation that you get, and I'm going to start with that. That's this complete one over here. A partial change in use works as follows. Remember, we get situations. I'm going to just use this as an example. Turnover, 7 million rands and 3 million rands. Right, so total turnover, 10 million. 7 million rands is commercial accommodation, taxable, and 3 million rands of that is residential, which is exempt. In other words, 70% is taxable, 30% is exempt. So what do they call us here? They call us then a 70% vendor. So if I go and I buy the computer for 115,000 including VAT for this business, or for my entire business, how much VAT will I claim? I would only claim 70%. So this is dependent. They calculate this percentage based on your turnover. So this is year 1. What now happens in year 2? In year 2, my turnover changes. It is now, let's actually do it like this. My turnover changes now. It is 5.5 million rands commercial, and it is 4.5 million rands residential. So 55% commercial and 45% exempt. Now, can you see what would happen here? So I went and I bought a computer in year 1. I claimed 70% VAT. Now in the next year, my taxable percentage is 55%. So if I had bought a computer today, how much would I have claimed? I would have claimed 115 times 15 or 115 times 55%. So can you see, guys, this is going to be a problem for SARS as well, because SARS said, you claimed 70%, but now in year 2 we see you should have only claimed 55%. So you claimed too much input tax, so how are you going to fix it? By raising output tax. It can also go the other way around. So here in year 2, so you know what I do? So what happens if in year 2 it changes? So in year 2, it becomes 9 million rands taxable and 1 million rands exempt. So 90% and 10%. So in year 1, I bought it and I claimed 70%. But in year 2, if I had bought it, it would have been 115,000 times 15 over 115 times 90%. So I claimed 70%, I should have claimed 90. So how am I going to do it? I'm claiming more. That's a partial change in use, what we talk about here. Okay, so now you just need to, if you understand the logic what I said there, I recommend that you stop and rewind if you can't remember. You just fix it. All right, so if you claim too much input tax, pay output tax. If you claim too much or pay too much output tax, claim input tax. Just fix the situation. So the complete change in use is when it goes from taxable use to exempt use, or it goes from exempt use to taxable use. Now, from the start, I want you to understand, it says some taxable, some taxable. If it goes from 100% taxable to 100% exempt, then this section will apply. But this section will also apply if it goes from 80% taxable to 100% exempt, or any percentage taxable. So what I want you to understand, it must be something taxable to 100% not taxable, 100% exempt. Then section 18.1 will apply. Section 18.4 will apply if it goes from 100% exempt to 100% taxable, or 100% exempt to 80% taxable, or 70, or 55, or any percentage taxable. But again, it goes from 100% non-taxable to something taxable. That's section 18.4. And in 18.2 and 18.5 is it when it goes from 80% taxable to 60% taxable, or 70% taxable to 90% taxable. But taxable, it stays taxable, it doesn't become completely exempt. So that is what makes the big difference between complete and partial. Complete goes from 100% exempt to something taxable, or something taxable to 100% exempt, whereas partial goes from taxable to taxable. Right, so section 18.1, taxable to 100% exempt. Right, how does it work, guys? Value and timing rules. Timing rule, first of all, says you do this at the time when you decide to use it for non-taxable purposes. So if I decide today to change it from taxable to exempt, I must calculate the VAT today. What is the value? The value in terms of section 10.7 is the open market value at the time when this happens times 15,150. Now guys, if you did not claim 100% of the input VAT originally, you can apply section 16.3H again. Again, you can see section 16.3H pops up all the time. So if it goes from 80% taxable to 100% exempt, what would you do? Original input tax would have been 80%, you would have only claimed 80%. Now, when you convert it, you will pay output tax at 100%, and you would claim section 16.3H on the lower of cost or open market value. You would claim that extra 20% input tax. Again, guys, if this seems strange to you what I'm doing here, you haven't studied section 16.3H enough. Go back. Section 18.4, so this is where it goes from 100% exempt, so I would not have claimed any input tax, to taxable. So I would have claimed the input tax. Value, you calculate this, important, on the lower of the open market value or cost, and the timing is again at the time when this happens. Now I want you to see here, in all of these rules that we're going to be looking at, the only place where you only consider the open market value is section 18.1. Everywhere else, you consider the lower of cost to open market value, the lower of cost to open market value everywhere else. Right, so that's section 18.1 and section 18.4. Section 18.2 and section 18.5. This is now where it goes from 70%, so let's actually do it here, 80% taxable to 60% taxable. So if it goes from 80 to 60, that's a decrease. You look at section 18.2. The rules for this are discussed in section 18.6 and section 10.9, right? If it goes from 80 or from 60 to 80, so it increases, you look at section 18.5. Timing rule is section 18.6 as well, can you see? And the value rule is in section 18.5. So what do they tell you that you do? The value rule says you claim either input tax or output tax. Remember guys, you need to figure that out from the situation. So how do you know? So I'm going to discuss it again. 80%, 60%. So it goes from 80 to 60. So I claimed 80% input tax. I should have only claimed 60. So what am I going to do? I'm going to pay output tax to fix it. Right? Other way around, it goes from 60 to 80, so it increases. I only claimed 60% input tax. I should have claimed 80%. So what am I going to do? Claim more input tax. Right, so you have to figure it out like that. So value, input tax or output tax, you use the lower of the open market value or the cost, including VAT, times 15 over 115 times the percentage change. The percentage change, here it goes from 60 to 80, so the percentage change is 20%. Very important, this timing, you have to do this on the last day of the VAT return, the last day of the year, right, in the last VAT return. So you must use the open market value on the last day of the tax year when you're calculating the value. Then important guys, this asset which we're looking at must cost 40,000 rands or more excluding VAT, and the percentage change, so that is this 60 to 80 or 80 to 60, must be more than 10%, so 11, 12, 13%. If the asset costs less than 40,000 and or it's 10% or less, then SARS basically says, listen, don't bother, don't do it. We're not going to worry about it. Okay, guys, that is a change in use. Again, section 82 and 18.5, this percentage is when, I'm going to just remind you, is when we have this situation, year 1, year 2. Year 1, 70% was taxable, year 2, 90% was. That is why you have to do it at the end of the year when you've got all these figures ready. That is what the partial change in use is. So that only happens once a year if the year-on-year figures change for partial. The complete change in use can happen multiple times throughout the year. Anytime you take an asset from taxable to exempt or from exempt to taxable.